The man grabbed her arm the second he saw the woman. The woman ordered him to let go immediately. She told him not to stop her from saving lives. The man shouted loudly in the hospital that the woman was a quack doctor. He said his wife was still in the operating room fighting for her life. He blamed the woman for his son's deformity. He refused to let her get away scot-free. But the woman knew every minute spent arguing with him would cost more lives due to delayed treatment. Having been reborn, she swore to save all the car crash victims, even though she told the man that delaying a doctor from saving lives was against the law. He said with contempt that those victims should just die far away. He thought nothing was more serious than his son's deformed legs. He insisted the woman take responsibility for his son. At that point, the woman started to fight back. She said if the man really loved his son, he should take the baby to the neonatal ward and follow the doctor's treatment instead of bothering her. The man looked at her with great disgust. He said he was utterly ashamed of that deformed monster. He would never get the baby treated. He had expected his son to support him when he grew up, but now his whole life was ruined by the child. The woman was completely speechless. She was not God, so she could not give him a healthy baby. Just then, the man showed his real purpose. He said the woman looked like she was rich. He demanded she pay him $1 million as compensation, and then he would leave her alone. The woman was furious. His son's leg deformity had nothing to do with her at all. Even if she were responsible, it should be judged by the court, not by whatever amount he demanded. She was about to call for security guards, but the man jumped up and slapped her hard. More and more people gathered around to watch. Seeing the man disrespect a doctor, they called security for the woman. The woman told the guards what had happened and asked them to take the man away right away. But the man whispered to the guards that the woman only came to their hospital to make money. A woman in the crowd scolded the man. She said no matter how upset he was, he could not stop a doctor from saving people. The guards tried to take the man to the office, but he suddenly lay down on the floor and started acting shamelessly. Seeing this, the woman had to call the police. Still, the man believed he was totally in the right. He said the woman chose to save others instead of his wife only because they paid her a lot of money. The crowd then began to blame the woman one after another. Faced with everyone's accusations, the woman had no choice but to tell the truth. 5 hours ago, a massive chain reaction accident happened on the city's highway. More than 30 people were killed or injured. She had only been sent here by the hospital to help. She decided who to treat first based on the patient's conditions. It was nothing like the dirty assumptions the man had made. The crowd finally realized they had misunderstood her. When the man saw he'd lost the crowd's support, he immediately accused her of changing the subject. He claimed there was solid proof she had left his son's leg deformed. The woman was speechless. They had skipped prenatal checkups, so there was no reason to blame her. His wife was still receiving treatment. Instead of caring for his wife, he kept harassing the woman. The man didn't care about any of that. He said he wouldn't leave unless she gave him 1 million yuan that day. He threatened to expose her so-called crimes to everyone. Helpless, the woman had to call the police, but the man only threw an even bigger fit. He cried and yelled, demanding she pay him compensation. Just then, the woman's hospital assistant came to report to her. 2 injured patients had fallen unconscious from severe blood loss. A CEO had also passed out from shattered bones. The woman turned around to rush to the operating room. Unexpectedly, the man jumped up and blocked her way. He shouted insults, calling her an incompetent doctor. He accused her of only helping rich people when they were hurt. He claimed she refused to treat his wife just because they hadn't paid her. At that moment, public opinion turned back in his favor. Everyone began yelling at her, calling her an irresponsible doctor. The assistant had no choice but to sincerely explain the situation to the crowd again. Then she tried to pull the woman away. Seeing this, the security guards took the man away. Unexpectedly, the man grabbed a nearby vase and threw it at her. At that critical moment, the woman's husband arrived and shielded her, but he took the full hit of the vase on his head. The man turned to run, but the police had just arrived. The police immediately took him away. The woman was about to check her husband's injuries, but he lied and said he was fine, telling her to take care of herself. He handed her the meal he'd prepared for her and left, but as soon as he stepped out of the hospital, he fainted. The woman sensed something was wrong and turned around, but an incoming ambulance blocked her view of him.